My beloved child, don't skip, because what you are about to hear is not a story pulled from a headline, it is a silent shock hiding next door, breathing behind familiar walls, smiling every morning like nothing is wrong. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Just hours ago, police quietly stopped outside a house that looked exactly like every other one on the street. Same gate, same lights, same routine. But behind that door, something was discovered that changed everything. This is not about fear, this is about truth, and the truth always arrives when you least expect it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. What the police found connects directly to you in a way you won't realize until the final moment. Listen carefully now, because this is where your mind starts questioning everything you thought you knew. The neighbor everyone waved at, the one who borrowed sugar, the one who smiled and said, "Good morning," was taken away quietly, without noise, without drama. No sirens, no chaos. That silence is what matters. When officers stepped inside, they weren't looking for something small. They were following a trail that had been invisible for years. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Room by room, drawer by drawer, the search revealed patterns, not accidents, not coincidences. And the more they uncovered, the clearer it became that this was never just about one house. Don't skip, because the next discovery changed the direction of the entire case. Here is where it gets unsettling, not because of what was found, but because of how close it was to normal life. Inside the house were items that didn't belong to one person, timelines that didn't match, records that shouldn't exist together. Everything was neatly placed, almost respectfully, as if someone wanted it to be found one day. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The officers realized this wasn't random collecting, it was organized, patient, intentional. And then came the moment when one officer paused, looked again, and asked a simple question that froze everyone in the room. Don't skip. That question is the key to understanding why this discovery matters to you. Now pay attention, because this part connects the title to reality in a way you cannot ignore. The police didn't just find evidence, they found a map of behavior, a hidden routine that ran parallel to your daily life. Times, movements, notes, observations. Nothing dramatic on the surface, but together they formed a picture that felt too close, too familiar. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One document listed dates that matched events in the neighborhood, moments you remember, days you lived through without knowing you were part of a larger pattern. Don't skip, because this is where the story stops being about your neighbor and starts being about your world. Take a breath here, because what comes next is the emotional turn that nobody was prepared for. Among the discoveries was something personal, something that reflected awareness of people around them, not as strangers, but as subjects of attention. This wasn't loud, this wasn't chaotic, this was calm and deliberate. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Officers realized the person next door knew far more than anyone imagined, not in a supernatural way, but in a patient, observing way. Don't skip, because the meaning of safety itself began to shift in that moment. This is the moment of realization, the part that makes your chest feel heavy without knowing why. The police connected the findings to other unresolved questions, other quiet reports that never made the news. Patterns aligned. Timelines locked in place. And suddenly, the neighbor's arrest wasn't just about a single action, it was about a long hidden chain. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One officer reportedly said, "This explains more than we expected," and that sentence alone tells you how deep this goes. Don't skip, because you are closer to the core than you think. Now let this sink in, because the most shocking part wasn't found in a box or a file, it was found in perspective. The police realized how easily ordinary life can mask extraordinary secrets. The house looked the same. The street sounded the same. But the meaning had changed forever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This discovery forced everyone involved to rethink how well we truly know the people around us. Don't skip, because the final piece is not about the neighbor, it's about awareness. My beloved child, we reach the edge of this part with a truth that stays with you long after the video ends. The arrest was only the beginning. What the police discovered wasn't just evidence, it was a reminder that reality is layered, and the surface is rarely the full story. Stay till the end of this journey, because something huge is waiting for you in what comes next. Don't skip the next part, because the next revelation changes how you see trust, proximity, and the quiet spaces around you. Before your mind relaxes, don't skip, because this is where the story tightens its grip and refuses to let go. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. After the arrest, the police didn't rush, they slowed down. That alone tells you how serious this was. They sealed the house, not like a scene from a movie, but like a quiet decision made with heavy understanding. Every officer knew they were standing inside a place that had watched life pass by unnoticed for years. Don't skip, because what they chose to examine next changed the meaning of everything already found. What happened next shocked even the investigators, and you need to stay till the end to understand why. Hidden within ordinary objects were records of routine, patterns of observation, and details that only someone paying extreme attention could gather. Nothing felt rushed, nothing felt careless. This wasn't about impulse, it was about patience. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. One officer reportedly said it felt like reading a diary written without emotions, just facts. And that absence of emotion is what made the room feel heavier with every page they turned. Now pause and think, because this is the point where the police realized how long this had been unfolding. Some materials dated back years, untouched, preserved, as if waiting for the right moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. These weren't memories, these were systems. Systems don't happen overnight. Don't skip, because the deeper they went, the clearer it became that this discovery was never meant to stay hidden forever. Here's where you should stop scrolling, because this part matters more than you think. As the search continued, officers uncovered connections between times, places, and people that were never supposed to intersect. Individually, each detail looked harmless. Together, they formed a picture that couldn't be ignored. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is also the moment where I ask you. Share this with someone you trust, because awareness spreads faster when we don't keep quiet. This is the quiet turning point, and don't skip because it leads directly to the core of the story. The police began to understand that the neighbor didn't see the street as a community, but as a sequence. Days, movements, routines. Everything catalogued without noise. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If this narration is pulling you in, take a second to subscribe, because what's coming next will stay with you far longer than you expect. Listen closely now, because emotions entered the room for the first time here. Among the findings were moments that showed awareness of being close to others, of blending in perfectly. That's what unsettled the officers most. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. It wasn't the presence of information, it was the precision of it. Precision means intention, and intention changes how every discovery is judged. This part connects everything together, so stay till the end and don't skip. The police now had enough to see the full outline, but not enough to speak publicly. Silence followed, not because of uncertainty, but because of impact. The neighborhood continued its routine outside, unaware of what had just been uncovered within those walls. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's closer than you think. As this part closes, understand this clearly and don't skip the next one. The arrest wasn't the climax, it was the door opening. What the police discovered inside that house was only the surface of a deeper realization about how well we truly know the people next to us. Stay till the end of this story, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals what no one expected to see coming. What unfolded after midnight will make you see the earlier discoveries in a completely new light, so don't skip and stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Once the house was cleared, the focus shifted from objects to meaning. Investigators began reconstructing intent, not through assumptions, but through patterns that quietly spoke for themselves. Every detail aligned too perfectly to be accidental. Don't skip, because this is where the story stops being about evidence and starts becoming about understanding. Here's the moment that changed the tone, and you need to stay till the end to grasp why it mattered so much. The police noticed that certain records were updated regularly, not daily, not weekly, but according to moments when the neighborhood felt most predictable. That realization sent a chill through the room. Something huge is waiting for you. Predictability means planning, and planning means awareness far beyond what anyone imagined. Don't skip, because this awareness reshapes everything you thought this case was about. Now imagine standing in that room, knowing the person who lived here blended in perfectly while quietly tracking routine like clockwork. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The officers realized this wasn't curiosity, it was observation with purpose. Nothing emotional, nothing rushed. Just consistency. Don't skip, because consistency over time creates power, and power always leaves traces. This is where silence became louder than words, and you should not skip this part. As the investigation expanded, they compared what was found inside the house with public timelines and local activity. The overlap was undeniable. Moments you remember as ordinary suddenly appeared in a different context. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The case was no longer confined to one address, it echoed across shared spaces and shared time. Pay close attention now, because this detail is easy to miss but impossible to forget. Among the findings were reminders set for future dates that had not yet arrived. That alone shifted the urgency of everything. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. It showed that whatever had been unfolding was not only about the past, but about continuity. And continuity changes how authorities respond. This is the emotional core, even though nothing dramatic was written or spoken. The realization hit that the calm familiarity of the neighborhood was part of what allowed all this to exist unnoticed. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The officers weren't just processing a case anymore. They were processing how easily trust forms without questions. Don't skip, because this truth applies far beyond this one story. Now the picture becomes clearer, and you must stay till the end to see it fully. The police began preparing the next steps carefully, knowing that premature exposure could distort understanding. Silence wasn't protection for one person. It was protection for clarity. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. This phase wasn't about action, it was about accuracy. As this part comes to a close, let this stay with you and don't skip what comes next. The neighbor's arrest was only the visible layer. What the police uncovered was a reminder that ordinary environments can hide extraordinary intentions. Stay till the end of this story, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals why this discovery forced authorities to rethink what they believed they were looking at. What the police did next was unexpected, so don't skip and stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Instead of closing the case file, they expanded it. Quietly. Carefully. The discoveries inside that house had created more questions than answers, and every question pointed outward, not inward. This was no longer about one neighbor, it was about understanding a hidden layer of everyday life. Stay till the end, because the shift that happened here changed the entire direction of the investigation. This is where the story widens, and you need to stay till the end to feel the weight of it. Authorities began cross-checking timelines with broader records, not to accuse, but to understand scope. Patterns that once seemed isolated now looked connected through repetition and timing. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. If this narration is making you think differently, share this story with someone you trust, because awareness only works when it moves beyond one screen. Here comes the moment of quiet realization, and don't skip because it hits deeper than shock. The police understood that nothing about this was loud or chaotic, and that was the most unsettling part. Everything functioned within normalcy. That normalcy was the cover. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is also the point where your thoughts matter. Leave a comment with what you believe makes ordinary situations so easy to overlook. Now listen closely, because the investigation reached a point where restraint mattered more than speed. Officials chose patience over headlines, clarity over noise. They knew that revealing fragments without context could mislead rather than inform. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. If you want to stay connected to stories that reveal truth beneath the surface, this is the moment to subscribe, because what comes next goes even deeper. This part carries emotional weight, even without dramatic language. The police began to reflect on how many similar situations might exist unnoticed simply because they blend in too well. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. It wasn't fear driving this phase, it was responsibility. Responsibility to understand fully before speaking publicly. Here's the detail that changes perspective, so don't skip. The discoveries forced a re-evaluation of assumptions, not about guilt, but about awareness. How much do we assume based on familiarity? How often do we stop questioning because something feels routine? Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. These questions lingered long after the search ended. As the case moved forward, the focus shifted from what was found to what it represented. The house was no longer just a location, it was a lesson. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This wasn't about panic, it was about perception, and perception shapes how we interpret reality itself. This part ends with a quiet truth, and don't skip what comes next. The arrest was only a signal, not the conclusion. What the police discovered forced a deeper look at trust, proximity, and the unnoticed spaces in between. Stay till the end of this story, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals the consequence of seeing clearly for the first time. What emerged in the following days rewrote the meaning of the search, so don't skip and stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. With the house sealed, attention moved to interpretation rather than discovery. Analysts reviewed everything again, slower this time, noticing how small details supported larger conclusions. Nothing contradicted itself. That consistency was powerful. Don't skip, because consistency tells a story even when no words are spoken. This is where the human element surfaced, and you need to stay till the end to feel its impact. Officers began discussing how easily familiarity lowers attention. Smiles, greetings, shared routines, all of them quietly reduce suspicion. Something huge is waiting for you. The realization wasn't accusatory, it was reflective. Don't skip, because this insight applies to every place where people live close yet know little. Now focus on the shift in tone, because it matters more than you think. The case stopped feeling distant and started feeling personal to those involved. Not emotional in expression, but heavy in understanding. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This was no longer about uncovering more, it was about recognizing what had already been visible but unnoticed. Here's a subtle detail that changes everything, so don't skip. Investigators realized that nothing found required secrecy to exist, only silence. Silence from routine, from assumption, from comfort. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. That insight reframed the entire narrative, turning the spotlight from the individual to the environment that allowed unnoticed patterns. This part slows intentionally, because clarity often arrives without urgency. The police began preparing how this would eventually be understood by others, knowing that partial truths create confusion. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The goal wasn't shock, it was comprehension. And comprehension takes time. Now feel the weight of this realization, because it lingers. Ordinary spaces don't announce their hidden layers. They wait. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The officers acknowledged how easily routine can become a blindfold, and that acknowledgement stayed with them long after they left the site. As the narrative deepened, the focus turned inward, toward how perception shapes safety. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. When familiarity replaces awareness, even obvious signals fade into background noise. This understanding marked a turning point in how the case would be framed. This part closes with a quiet but lasting thought, and don't skip what follows. What was uncovered next door was less about surprise and more about awakening. Stay till the end of this story, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals how this realization began to influence decisions beyond that single street. The ripple effects began quietly, so don't skip and stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What was discovered no longer stayed confined to reports and sealed rooms. It started influencing how decisions were made behind closed doors. Not loudly, not publicly, but deliberately. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This phase was about consequence, the kind that unfolds slowly yet permanently. Here is where perspective shifted again, and you need to stay till the end to understand why. Authorities realized that cases like this don't exist in isolation. They reveal gaps, habits, and assumptions that stretch far beyond one location. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The discovery next door became a reference point, a reminder of how easily attention drifts when life feels predictable. Now listen with focus, because this detail matters deeply. Internal discussions began emphasizing awareness over reaction. Not fear, not suspicion, but attentiveness. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The lesson was clear: ordinary patterns deserve occasional questioning, not because something is wrong, but because awareness keeps understanding sharp. This part carries a quiet emotional pull, even without dramatic language. The people involved felt the weight of knowing that nothing unusual had stood out for so long. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. That realization wasn't regret, it was resolve, to look closer, to listen better, to never confuse familiarity with knowledge again. Here's where time becomes important, so don't skip. The investigation slowed intentionally, allowing space for interpretation rather than assumption. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Rushed conclusions can hide truth just as easily as silence can. This phase honored patience as a form of clarity. Now consider this carefully, because it applies directly to you. Awareness doesn't mean suspicion, it means presence. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The case highlighted how easily the mind fills gaps with comfort instead of curiosity, and how shifting that habit changes everything. As understanding deepened, the focus moved from what happened to what was learned. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The discovery became a lesson shared quietly among professionals, shaping how future situations would be approached without ever needing headlines. This part ends with a grounded truth, and don't skip what comes next. What unfolded next door wasn't just an event, it was a reminder. Stay till the end of this story, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals how this lesson began influencing choices in ways no one expected.